shit, is the portal gun working again?
Yeah, pretty much. Sometimes that happens.
Rick and Morty has always been one of those shows that grabs attention no matter what's happening in TV. It mixes absurd humor, sci-fi chaos, and just enough emotional punch to keep fans hooked. So it's no surprise that people are still talking about it in its 8th season. What's wild is that even though Season 8 is only halfway through its run, the stars are already dropping hints about Season 9. That's the kind of momentum the show has managed to build again, which is interesting because Season 7 didn't land well with a lot of people. The new season, though, has bounced back in a big way, pulling in a perfect tomato meter score on Rotten Tomatoes and a strong audience rating as well. Those numbers might shift once the season ends, but for now, it feels like Rick and Morty has found its footing again. The cast themselves seem just as excited. Harry Belden, who voices Morty, and Ian Cardoni, who voices Rick, recently sat down for an interview and basically confirmed that Season 9 isn't just in the works, it's already being wrapped up. Cardoni has finished his recording, while Belden is almost done, and both of them couldn't stop hyping how strong the upcoming season is. Belden even called it incredible and said it just keeps getting better, while Cardoni teased that Season 9 is going to build directly on the foundation being laid right now in Season 8. That comment is important because it suggests that the current run isn't just random misadventures, but more like a setup for bigger payoffs ahead. So what does that really mean? Well, if you've been following Season 8, you know it's been all over the place in the best way. There's been talk of simulations, assassination plots, trips to amusement parks, and even a return to the ruins of the Citadel of Ricks. That's already a bunch of storylines packed into just half a season. So when Cardoni says to pay attention and maybe even rewatch, it's not just hype, it's a clue. It sounds like the writers are planting seeds that will really bloom once Season 9 hits. That makes sense because Rick and Morty, for all its silliness, has always been great at callbacks and long payoffs. The rebound from Season 7 also can't be ignored. That season felt rocky because of the behind-the-scenes shakeups, especially Justin Roiland's exit, and a lot of fans were unsure if the show could still feel like itself. But Season 8 has shown that the creative team didn't just survive, they thrived. Looking at the Rotten Tomatoes scores, you can literally see the dip in Season 7, followed by the sharp rise in Season 8, making it the best-rated season since Season 3. That kind of turnaround matters because Rick and Morty isn't just another Adult Swim cartoon, it's a cornerstone for the network. And since it's already been renewed through Season 12, they really needed this boost. One of the standout parts of Season 8 so far has been the finale titled Hot Rick. This episode hit harder than most expected because it wasn't just another off-the-wall adventure. Instead, it dived into Beth's mind, with Memory Rick infiltrating her thoughts. As her memories became sentient, things started spinning out of control, and Beth began making reckless choices. This wasn't just entertaining, it was unsettling, and it gave a deeper look at the characters. Rick had to step in and save her, which lined up perfectly with his ongoing struggle to deal with his own flaws, his loneliness, and his tendency to push people away. The ending of that episode might be one of the most emotional moments in the show's history. Rick tried to do everything right this time, from helping Beth to reviving Space Beth, but the finale still left him alone, isolated, and broken. What made it even harder was the return of a song longtime fans will recognize, Don't Look Back. This track was first used back in Season 4 when Space Beth was introduced, and it carried a heavy emotional punch then. To bring it back, remixed, during such a heartbreaking moment was a deliberate choice. The lyrics emphasize trying your best and moving forward, which is exactly what Rick was attempting, yet he still wound up crushed. That connection between the music and the storyline is one of those small but powerful touches that elevates the show. It also speaks volumes about Rick's relationship with his daughters. His bond with Beth and Space Beth has always been complicated, and the show hasn't shied away from exploring it. Rick's decision to clone Beth only deepened the confusion, but it also highlighted his guilt as a father and his struggle to connect. Even though he doesn't know who the real Beth is, the love is there, tangled up with regret and dysfunction. That's why Don't Look Back feels so important. It's become a kind of emotional shorthand for all the baggage between Rick and his family. Now, while the show is soaring again, there's another layer of news that's stirring the fan base. Oni Press, the publisher behind the Rick and Morty comics, dropped a teaser with just 2 ominous words, "The End." The announcement came right after the show's 10th anniversary celebrations, which makes it even more curious. The teaser image showed Rick and Morty looking just as confused and worried as fans are, and all it said was that the end is coming in December 2025. No other details, no context, just that. Naturally, this has sparked a ton of speculation. The most straightforward explanation is that Oni Press is wrapping up its decade-long partnership with Rick and Morty. That would make sense because licensing deals don't last forever, but the way they announced it feels bigger than just a contract ending. It seems more like they're building toward a final event in the comics, something dramatic that ties things together. That possibility has fans both nervous and excited because the comics have always been a fun extension of the show, letting writers explore side stories, alternate universes, and weirder plots that wouldn't fit into the series. Even though it's easy to assume it's just the comics that are ending, the wording and timing of the tease have left people wondering if it hints at something more. The TV show is locked in for more seasons, so it's not likely to disappear anytime soon, but change is clearly coming. Maybe another publisher will take over the comics, or maybe Oni Press will deliver a massive game-changing finale before passing the torch. Either way, it feels like we're heading into a shift in how Rick and Morty stories get told outside the main show. That uncertainty ties back into the bigger picture. Rick and Morty has always balanced humor with tragedy, chaos with character growth, and the fact that both the show and its expanded universe are evolving at the same time feels fitting. Season 8 is giving fans plenty of reasons to rewatch and speculate. Season 9 is already being hyped as even stronger, and now the comics are teasing a potential big finish. It all creates a sense that the franchise isn't just coasting, it's actively changing, building, and setting up for future surprises. So, even though it's impossible to predict exactly where things are headed, one thing is clear: Rick and Morty isn't slowing down. The show has proven it can survive major shakeups, it can still deliver emotional gut punches alongside the jokes, and it has more than enough momentum to carry through to Season 12. Thanks for watching the video. We'll see you at the next one.